We have a voicemail number that you can call and leave me a voicemail. You can call at any time of day. 219 David P is the voicemail. I've gotten a lot of messages about progressives and cryptocurrency lately. Here's one such voicemail inquiring about exactly that. Take a listen.
Hey, David. This is Hubian. I had a question, man. So I'm pretty heavy into the crypto space. I am a progressive, but I found that there's a large libertarian group in crypto normally. And one of their big arguments is that our traditional finance is going to collapse because we're just printing a ton of money and inflation is going to go haywire. I have my reservations about that position, and I would really appreciate you sort of just maybe doing a deeper analysis on inflation generally in the economy with regard to how our government prints money. I think it would be very insightful as usual, and it would be very helpful to me because then I could just send them a link and just say, here, consider this. So thanks, man. I love what y'all do. I've been watching you for like over a half decade now. It's kind of crazy to think about, but thanks, man. Bye.
Yeah, these are good topics. I mean, the thing about inflation is the first of all, the term printing money at this point is so antiquated. I mean, we're really, the government's not printing money. We're talking about digitally creating money, which you might say that's not that different than Bitcoin. And you would be right. The difference is it's a government that is digitally creating US dollars rather than, an algorithmic process with Bitcoin that is creating it. I am not big into the progressive anti-cryptocurrency movement. I think that there are concerns about cryptocurrency, just like there are concerns with government-backed currencies. The inflation spiral people have been proven wrong. I mean, they've just been proven wrong. The United States, if you go back to TARP and the stimulus under Obama in 2009, the money supply has continued to increase in the United States. What do you think stimulus is fundamentally? And we've seen very well-controlled inflation in the United States. Additionally, our understanding of modern monetary theory continues to show that the sort of doom and gloom inflation spiral claims are the predictions just aren't bearing out. The same people have been making the same predictions for a really long time. At some point, we may get more inflation in the United States, but that's sort of like the people who are constantly predicting a crash. Eventually, they'll be right because that's the way capitalist economies work. It's booms and busts, and at some point, there's going to be a crash. Some of the other criticisms of cryptocurrency, like, for example, the energy usage of Bitcoin mining. Okay, yeah, I understand that. But traditional banking also has a massive energy and carbon footprint. The physical location components of that banking industry have huge environmental implications. And the other element of this that I think is interesting is as we switch over to alternative energy, the Bitcoin can be mined with renewable energy as well. So that one has never really felt great to me. The general assessment that Bitcoin could collapse at any time and it's only as good as people's demand or interest in holding it. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And I've made no secret that I guess at this point it's 4.5 years ago, I bought an amount of Bitcoin that at the time was sort of reasonably calibrated to my financial situation. It's obviously gone 10x since then. My assessment of the volatility of Bitcoin hasn't changed. It's just at this point, it seems like it's here to stay enough that I want it to be a slice of my portfolio. And it's done well so far. It may not in the future. That wouldn't justify its existence one way or the other. And it's really up to everybody to decide what for themselves, sort of what financial decisions make sense. But so I guess my takeaway is there are good reasons to be skeptical of all sorts of financial instruments, the stock market, Bitcoin, currency exchange, whatever. When I see particularly sort of hyperbolic arguments from progressives only applied to crypto when they could apply elsewhere as well, it doesn't really inspire me to say, yeah, that's exact. That's more. Give me more of that, please. I think that's where I am. We've got a great bonus show for you today. We will talk about the Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders new wealth tax proposal. We will also talk about a landmark voting rights case before the Supreme Court. We will talk about former French President Nicolas Sarkozy being found guilty of corruption and much more. So do yourselves a favor and me. Grab a membership at joinpakman.com. You'll get instant access to the bonus show, and then you can join us there in mere moments.